Burgess here with Music Marketing TV. Today we're jumping into I Wish. We're going to be taking a vocal line and making it way cooler. This is a pitch freezing plugin, which means you can give it, basically what it means is when you play a note, it'll just loop through a section of the audio very fast, creating a pitch. And so you can do some really cool things with this.
In the system, we spend our time, money, freedom. In the system, we spend our time, money, freedom.
So I have here this bass line. It sounds like this. And then it repeats. And I've got here this really corny voice line.
In the system, we spend our time, money, freedom.
And I want to make this way cooler. So let's go ahead, let's do this. So with I Wish, the way you set this up, in fact, let's delete it and set it up from scratch, just so you can see sort of how this is done. So first off, go to wherever your audio is coming in. So I've got it coming in channel 5. We're going to load up I Wish, and I'm going to load up the 64-bit one. I'm going to make it a floating window just so it doesn't disappear on me. So this will take the audio that's coming in. We'll actually see the audio appear as a waveform.
In the system.
And this is sort of the chunks that it's seeing. And what I'm going to do is now I want to take this and let's go ahead and add a Midi control. So in order to play notes and to tell it, how to interact, it needs a Midi input to tell, what notes to play. So in FL Studio, this is going to vary from DAW to DAW. So I guess you'll have to figure it out for your DAW. You load up a Midi out plugin, and then I'm going to set this to port number 4. And then I'm going to click this cog icon, go to the cog inside the cog. And here we've got a Midi input port. I'm also going to set this to 4. So now when I play notes with this Midi output, it's going to be seen by I Wish, and it will let me, do cool things. So I don't need this anymore. Let's go to the piano roll. And we also need, let's just start a new pattern. So I'll put it on a new pattern. We'll put it down here. And it only matters when the words start, because that's when it has things to actually, play back as a buffer. So let's go ahead. I'm going to stick this, over here. We're not going to need to touch this very much for the moment. The first name of the game is, can we come up with some cool Midi to make this sound cooler? Because right now it sounds really corny. So a couple properties. If you play high notes, they sound a lot more like notes because the buffer size that or the loop that it grabs is a lot shorter. And let's move this over so we grab some buffer. There you go. And if you go much lower, the loops are longer, so they sound more like chopping. Again, we need to have something to grab first. So there you go. So you notice that if I put it right here at the beginning and we look at the beginning, there's nothing for it to grab. That's why we're not hearing anything. So I need to move it back a little bit so that it has some audio that it's been grabbing. So what I kind of think would sound cool here is if we had this sort of like glitched out version of this, vocal. I'm hesitant to call it a vocal. This reading. So let's go ahead. I think in can be left alone. But the could be all screwed up. Like so. I don't know.
In the system. In the system.
Syst, and then Tim could be a cool one.
System.
Yeah, like right there. And then I'm gonna generally stay lower here. I don't plan on doing anything with higher notes. So I'm gonna have these overlap. I'm just gonna sort of see what this sounds like. I don't know what that was. But if we come over here to poly, so you can have polyphonic and all this stuff. I want to go to legato because when notes overlap, they'll glide to each other. So
in the system.
You get that, it's kind of a nice thing. So with this, that's pretty nice. Let's keep going forward here.
In the system, we spend our time.
Let's extend this out some, and let's find where these occur.
We spend our
And where are we? Spend right here. We spend, I think we can be left alone.
We spend,
but we spend our And then of course I want to do some lower stuff here. I want spin. We'll do another glide down to a C.
Spin time.
I want R to come through. Now I'm not hearing.
We spin time.
Spin's over here. Let's see if we can grab that.
Bender time.
A little bit over.
Bender time.
And then time, I definitely want to be sort of screwy sounding, so we'll bring that out some. We're going to do something with this in the formant control here in a bit. We'll come up to a C. I'm mostly staying to G, so you see most of the notes are just C minor triad. This could be interesting if we do something like this. Maybe chop it up a little bit more. Glide down. Hesitant to do that.
Free.
Freedom sounds so corny, so we're gonna mess with it a lot.
Dumb.
It's kind of interesting. We'll see if we keep that.
In the distance. Dumb. In the distance.
Let's keep this low.
In the distance. Dumb.
If we glide down,
Dumb.
let's grab a new chunk right there.
Dumb.
And then I held out this part so it doesn't hit till right here. So we'll still get the dumb there, which is kind of nice.
Dumb.
Try maybe this.
Freedom. In this freedom. In the system.
Okay, so with just this bit, so this of course could take a while. Let's tune it up a little bit more. First thing is we've got the X fade. So with this all the way down, there's no fading between when the buffers happen. So what ends up happening is you get a bunch of clicking, which can be cool. This could be kind of aggressive though.
In the distance.
Oh, it might actually be a lot nicer.
Freedom.
Okay, freedom. I definitely want to mess with the dumb part.
Dumb. Freedom.
I really, but then you can't hear the dumb part. It's really hard to understand what I'm saying. I kind of like it though. Maybe I'll leave it.
In the distance.
Okay, so right here, we've got a couple longer notes. So they've got some internal modulation capabilities that I'm not really going to mess with in this particular case. But what I do want to mess with is the formant. So we're going to take this, we're going to automate it. So here, we'll have it come up. Like that. Let's bring this down as well. Maybe a similar move. Nice.
In the distance.
Okay, I definitely want freedom to be a little more clear. So I'm going to try just nudging this a smidge. Let's try this instead. Maybe this will be better. Yeah, maybe that.
In the distance, we spend our time, money, freedom. In this.
Okay, so here, I'll leave that off for some other spot. Let's bring this over here. I think that's going to be fine. Trim this up a bit.
In the distance, we spend our time, money, freedom. In the distance.
And then here, we're going to make this unique. We are instead going to get a little more wild with this. We'll start off at the beginning this time.
In this.
And we're going to do a formants thing here. We'll do one here as well. And on this one, let's grab this, stretch it out. We will make it unique just so we know we're not affecting this thing. And let's grab this, set it to be mostly flat. In fact, we could set it to 0.5. Bringing up, I don't know, this could be crazy. We'll see.
We spend our time, money, freedom.
And then here at the end, I also want it to be a bit different. We're going to leave most of the middle the same. Oh, it's already unique because I made it unique. So that's fine. So let's go ahead, bring this way up. And then on this take, did I keep these separate? I did. We're going to take this and bring this down. And this down. With a bang. I don't know about that. Okay. So with this done, let's really quick grab a reverb. We're going to grab comment. Oh, whoops. I grabbed the 32-bit version. Not a big deal. Let's go for, in the presets, I want a small space, thick debris. Let's see what that has to offer us.
In the distance, we spend our time, money, freedom. In the distance.
I like punchy, and then one of the cool things you can do with Comet is you're able to actually morph between the presets. So you can see here in the parameters they provide to be automated, there's one called preset morph. And if we do that, it'll actually go between the various presets. So I'm going to mess with this just because I think it might fit what we're doing. I might need more tight spaces though, because some of these are longer. We can always adjust them as we go. Let's start out here. We'll do a morph here.
In the distance, we spend our time, money, freedom. In the distance, we spend our time, money, freedom.
Okay, so that's nice, but let's go ahead. Let's browse some more presets here. For this one, let's go for another small space. We'll go for brown dwarf. We'll just get a bunch of small ones. Did these all? This one was a large one. We'll go for dark. Dark boom.
In the distance, we spend our time, money, freedom. In the distance, we spend our time, money, freedom.
Okay, I'm going to also add in some hats now, and just to sort of give a better vibe. So just a sec. Okay, so I've added a bunch of things here. I'm stopping myself here. The focus is these vocals. We've made them sound way cooler, and I'm beginning to build a vibe around it. There's still a ton of work to be done, especially just here on the intro. But, you know, this is where we're going to end.
In the system, we spend our time, money, freedom. In the system, we spend
that's where we're going to stop. There's a few things I kind of want to tweak a bit about these, but I want to figure out some more other elements of the track first. So there's that. I hate the snare. I'm going to have to do something about the snare, and I have some cool morph ideas for the bass line. But there's an example of using I wish to take what would be a very embarrassing line and actually making it something pretty cool that you can use in your next track. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Subscribe and hit that bell icon for future videos, and have a blessed day.
In the system, we seek our time of freedom. In the system.